What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul. This is the Leeds Therapy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Genuinely, I really do appreciate it, especially during this international break that we are having to suffer through. My socials will be appearing at the bottom of the screen. If you'd like to sign. If you would like to subscribe to those, I would really appreciate it. I think this new camera angle that I'm filming from is probably sending me slightly loopy. Anyways, I hope you're well. I hope you're not too befuddled by the fact that there is another international break going on. What I wanted to have a chat with you about today was along the lines of the conundrum that is who is going to play the number 10 position moving forwards. Now, I completely understand why Aaronson has pretty much played every single game, every single minute going, and why that has been the case. And the reason being is because since, obviously, Piro's been in the number 9 slot, he's not, mobile's the wrong word, he's not been the most active in terms of tracking back, in terms of linking, all of that kind of stuff. So I don't want to use the term too lightly or too heavily to annoy people, but that kind of a la Patrick Bamford, who would always come deep, who would always hold the ball up and always do certain elements of bits and pieces really, really well, which meant that we didn't need to have that more combative number 10 role rather than the creative 10 role that we all would really, really like to see. So for me, I can see why Aaronson's been playing. And look, let's be, 100% clear and honest about this. He hasn't been great for the last few games. I think probably the sheer volume of games and the just absolute relentlessness of the Championship has probably caught up with him somewhat, has probably just mentally making him extremely tired. I don't think it's so much sort of the physicality of it. I do think there's a lot to be said for the mental tiredness aspect of it, which I think we've seen slip into Manor Solomon and also Dan James, where they can still have the moments from a fitness point of view where they can make something happen or do something, but there is a mental tiredness there that makes them look a little bit slower or not doing as much as what they normally would do. Now, the example of that I would give for Aaronson is obviously the goal against Millwall that Pirro scores. Don't know why I said his name like that. That Pirro scores, and what he does in terms of, the movement forward, the little back heel, the little flick round the corner, etc., so on and so forth. Just that little bit of speed of thought. I do think he is absolutely shattered at the moment. Not to take it away. He's very, very good at running round. His decision-making sometimes can be slightly annoying, but he is absolutely fit a purpose for us so far this season. That really can't be questioned because, yes, I know people will argue we should be further ahead in the league and etc., so on and so forth, but there's other elements that have contributed to that factor. But I do think what we saw at QPR just gone was the difference of having a creative or a quote unquote a more creative number 10 in that position. And for me, Wilfried Gnonto showed that he could play the number 10, showed that he can be relied upon to do the defensive side of stuff. But what I really liked about what Gnonto did was and I said it in my review for the video, is that he was very, very good at squaring himself up to receive the ball, then turning to pass it into the channels. And what you had at one point against QPR is that you'd have Bogle, James, Gnonto all on the right-hand side to create moments and to create things. His agility, his close touch control, his ability on the ball at the same time as well, and his penchant for taking a shot every now and then, and it quite regularly being on target. I think, and this is my opinion, I think that Gnonto should be playing in the number 10 position. There's no reason why not now. Gnonto should be playing in the number 10 position for at least the rest of the season. And it should be Gnonto playing there with Aaronson maybe coming on towards the end of the game, or even Gnonto just playing it all the way out, or even Gnonto and Ramazani switching in the number 10 position. For me, that's what should be happening, but definitely Gnonto. That half for me told me everything that I needed to know. That told me that he's up for the fight, he's mature enough to do it, and that he wants to do it at the same time as well. Yes, he was giving away some silly fouls at the end and it got a little bit petulant, but that's Gnonto. You're not going to take that out of his game. He has probably high standards that he sets for himself. So that's something that I would really like to see. I know that Farker was saying he was up till the early hours considering whether or not to play Gnonto in the number 10 role, but if that was going to happen, then Gruev would have to come in because he likes to have that defensive pivot if you've got like a pure attacker in there, and that's that whole minimising the risk. And there's 8 games left now, and I can understand the quandary that comes with it because we are close to what our goal is. However, with that being said, there's a part of me that does kind of feel like now's the time to go for it. Now's the time to just let the shackles off and let it happen. Rothwell has to be in the centre of midfield. Tanaka needs to be in the centre of midfield. My probably other change, if Ampadu is fitting well, Ampadu should go back into the left centre-back role for me. Just as an opinion. It's no surprise to me that a little bit of a twist of downward dropping points, if you like, has come into play a little bit more so because of the fact that that pure leader, and yes, I know we need 11 leaders on the pitch, not just one, but that pure leader hasn't been on the pitch. Just somebody that marshals everybody and does a little bit more. So Ampadu should be in the starting lineup if he's fit enough to play. It's encouraging that he's obviously got boots on and he's doing bits and pieces. But yeah, for me, in terms of the number 10 conundrum, I respect what Aaronson's done up to a point. I think he's looked jaded and knackered bar the Millwall game for a little, probably since the turn of since January. Actually, he's put in some decent performances, but not to the level that he was doing before the Christmas period. You've got to have Gnonto in there now. You just give him the opportunity. I mean, what better game to do it than Swansea at home? There's no better game to do it and just show what you're about. Just show that you've got that level and show that you've shown it for 45 minutes away from home. Let's see it for a full match when we return from the international break. It's going to do it for this one. I just wanted to put some thoughts onto the board. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on everything as usual. If you agree with what I'm saying, even if you don't, put it in the comment section down below. Take care of each other. Most importantly, take care of yourself. We will see you on the next one. Cheers.